Like you, I am heartbroken by the tragedies that have taken place across our country. The memories of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and far too many others remain with us, and our hearts go out to everyone, everywhere who is grieving and searching for justice. The American Heart Association denounces senseless acts of racial violence against individuals and unnecessary violence in our communities. As a nonprofit healthcare organization, we are taking a stand on social justice issues because it's the right thing to do and because there is scientific evidence supporting the link between social justice and health equity.
Racial disparities in heart disease, stroke, and other chronic conditions exist and are well documented. African Americans are also more likely to be uninsured. There is also scientific evidence that African Americans' physical and mental health is negatively impacted by the inequities that exist. Add this to the fact that in the midst of a global pandemic and given barriers to health that exist, African Americans and other people of color are disproportionately impacted by COVID-19.
The American Heart Association has championed health equity for all people for nearly a century, and we are more determined than ever to eliminate racial and class disparities. We will redouble our commitment to overcoming barriers to health and to addressing social inequalities.
We must stand together as a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives. That is our mission, our contribution to a more equitable society.
People are counting on us like never before. We will listen. We will drive change. We will be relentless. Thank you for your support, and thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Kathy Young, president of the Hearts with Pride Employee Resource Group here at the American Heart Association. I'm proud to reimagine Pride with you today. But first, there's one more name I want to mention, Tony McDade. Tony was a Black transgender man killed by police 2 days after George Floyd. However, because his story isn't that of a perfect victim, it's often left out. He is the 12th transgender individual killed this year. Black people, LGBTQ people, and especially LGBTQ people of color are at greater risk of violence every day. Black lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Black gay lives matter. Black lesbian lives matter. Black bisexual lives matter. Black lives matter. Whether it is violence or other forms of systemic racism that limits the health of these individuals, we will continue to fight those injustices. We in the LGBTQ community are used to fighting. After all, we would not be celebrating Pride today if it were not for 2 Black transgender women standing up to police brutality 50 years ago. More on that later. Now, I've got my son here. I'm going to bring him in. He didn't know I was going to do that. On with our show.
Welcome to the American Heart Association's first ever annual virtual Pride event. Today we will reimagine Pride like never before. Here's what's in store. We will get our hearts pumping with a short dance break, learn some history, play some trivia, show our pride, and enjoy a cabaret show with award winner Michael Mackesy. We will end our time together with our passion speaker, America's Got Talent's Julia Scotti. Without further ado, welcome to the American Heart Association's virtual Pride event. Your host for today's shenanigans, live from San Francisco, the fabulous, the inimitable Mother Chukka.
How are you all? Hi, welcome to the American Heart Association's first virtual Pride. Super excited to have you all here today. I want to thank you personally for joining. About 4 years ago, I spent about 4 weeks in the hospital with cardiomyopathy, so the American Heart Association is near and dear to my heart. While I am home here in San Francisco, I'm wondering where you all are joining from. I know that people are joining from all over the place. So in the chat, tell me where you're coming from, and I will call some people out. Sorry, I'm trying to work the computer while I'm doing this. We got Palo Alto on the line. Yay! Anybody else? I'm here from San Francisco. Montana is out there. Yay! Christine Kelly is from LA. Hi. Nice to see you all. We wanted to reach out to you all because Pride events around the world have been canceled due to COVID-19. And while the season is challenging, we wanted to spend some time with one another and you know, celebrate the amazingness of this month. Let's do a quick pulse. Let's do a quick pulse poll. On a scale of 1 to 10, how is everyone feeling? You can throw it in the comments. 1 is down in the dumps, and 10 would be at the top of the world. Ooh, we've got people from Denver and Jacksonville and Dallas, Idaho. But I'm saying everybody's feeling pretty good. Sounds like things are going great out there. Yay! I'd love to hear that. Our goal during this time is to get everyone at a 10. So I think we should kick things off with a dance break. I do 10-minute dance breaks with my coworkers 3 times a week to get the heart pumping now that we're sitting around at home. So I hope you will all join us for this little dance break that we are about to have. We're going to stand up. I'm going to have to move my screen so you're not looking at my belly button while we're dancing. Oops. And if you are loving our presentation here and you want to make a contribution, I think right above me is you can text AHA Pride or 41444. In the meantime, it's time to dance. So dance as if you're going down a float on 5th Avenue in New York for Gay Pride. That tune. That is some pride. You could not have Gay Pride without We Are Family. Shout out to Sister Sledge. Sorry, I'm my own cameraman, so you got to do things as we can. That was super duper fun. Thank you, Beth, for starting us off so strong. I'm supposed to say that I need a cocktail, but it's a little early here on the West Coast. So I'll just have some root beer. Staying active is key to prevention. It can add more healthy years to our lives, and exercise is a natural mood lifter. I think we could use a lift right now, don't you? Now that you might be wondering why your friends invited you to this and why we're all gathered here right now. It's because our health matters and we are a catalyst for change to improve the lives of people everywhere. Pride Month itself was born out of struggle for the countless fearless LGBTQ+ advocates who across decades refused to live inauthentically in the face of discrimination, stigma, and violence. to the uprisings at Stonewall and the Compton's cafeteria here in San Francisco, to celebration of life and hope amidst the AIDS crisis, each one building a foundation for a powerful, long-lasting global movement of authenticity and connection for the LGBTQ community. These guys have put together a video, which we want to share right now. Let's see how we got here.
In the early morning hours of June 28, 1969, a riot broke out in front of the Stonewall Inn in New York City. The violent protest became known as the Stonewall Riots. The Stonewall Riots were a watershed moment in the gay rights movement, sparking activism and awareness across the United States. We'll look at the roots of the riots, the events, and their lasting impact. In the 1950s and 60s, homosexuality was still considered sodomy and illegal in 49 states. The punishments varied greatly by state, ranging from heavy fines to imprisonment. In society, members of the gay community were often subject to violence, harassment, and discrimination. In New York City, gay bars were havens for people with diverse sexual orientations and gender identities, places where they could avoid harassment and violence. The Stonewall Inn served as a popular refuge. The Stonewall Inn was owned by the Mafia. The Mafia bribed the police to look the other way. In turn, the Mafia made money overcharging patrons for drinks. Even so, the patrons were not fully safe from homophobia and discrimination. The Mafia would extort wealthy patrons, threatening to out them to their employers and families. Despite the Mafia's bribes, the police still regularly raided the Stonewall Inn and other gay bars, charging them with solicitation of homosexual relations. Trans and other gender nonconforming people were also targeted, subjected to violence, and arrested if they weren't wearing what the police deemed gender-appropriate clothing. This oppression and mistreatment came to a head in the early morning hours of June 28, 1969. 9 police officers entered the Stonewall Inn in a raid. The patrons were fed up. As the police roughly tried to arrest bartenders and customers, many resisted. Outside the bar, people in the hundreds began rioting. They threw bottles at the police and pushed through the barricades. The police officers retreated from the crowd and locked themselves inside the Stonewall Inn. Rioters responded by setting the bar on fire. Police reinforcement arrived, and the original officers managed to get out of the burning bar. Meanwhile, the angry mob had grown into thousands. Eventually, the police were able to get the crowd to disperse, but it didn't last long. The riots continued until July 1st. While some criticized the violent and destructive riots, others pointed to the brutality and unjust treatment of the gay community. This large-scale defiance made a massive impact on society. The Stonewall Riots were the beginning of the modern gay liberation movement, which also brought attention to others marginalized for their sexual or gender orientation. The riots sparked the formation of the Gay Liberation Front, the first group to publicly advocate for equal gay rights. On the one-year anniversary of the riots, they also organized the first Gay Pride Parade. Today, Pride events are still held on the anniversary of the Stonewall Riots in cities around the country and even the world. In 2016, President Obama made the Stonewall Inn and the area outside where the riots broke out a national monument. This became the first national monument celebrating gay history. The Stonewall Riots may have been violent, but they marked a pivotal moment in history. No longer would people quietly endure the stigma associated with their sexual and gender orientations. Through the Stonewall Riots, the gay rights movement gained mainstream visibility and a momentum that continues to this day.
Thank you so much. What a great video. Our next guest is an alumnus of America's Got Talent, and you can currently see her on Showtime's More Women of a Certain Age. Originally from Fairview, New Jersey, for the first 48 years, she was better known as comedian Rick Scotty. She toured the country, appearing in venues all over the United States and Canada, both as a headliner in comedy, as an opening act for artists such as Lou Rawls, the band Chicago, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. She has appeared on numerous television and radio shows, as well as commercials. When she isn't making people laugh, she often speaks as a teacher in services on the subject of bullying and transgender youth issues. Please, we are super happy to welcome Julia Scotti.
Hi everybody, it's me, comedian Julia Scotti. Sorry about the hair, but I've been quarantined and I can't get a haircut. But anyway, I'm here. Happy Pride And thank you to the American Heart Association for asking me to speak to represent the trans community. It's an honor. I'm getting ready. It's a beautiful day outside. You can't see it, but take my word for it. And I'm getting ready to go for my 2-mile walk, which I do every day. 2 miles. Oh, my God. Well, I'll tell you something. That's pretty cool for me because back in December of 2018, I couldn't walk to the mailbox without gasping for air. And I figured it was just because I was a heavy smoker, which I was. So I quit. And the gasping still didn't go away. And I was going to have some back surgery, and I had to get a chest x-ray. Routine before surgery. Well, guess what? Not so routine. It came back with the great news that I had an enlarged heart. And I'm like, what? I never had heart problems in my life. Well, all that smoking and all that bad eating and all that bad living, all that bad road food caught up with me. And so the next thing I knew, I was in an ambulance on the way to Beth Israel Hospital in Newark, New Jersey. And the next thing I know, there was, I needed quadruple bypass with 1 valve replacement and 1 valve repaired. Well, that was a surprise. And people asked me if I was scared. Yeah. Wouldn't you be? Of course I was scared. I was more scared, after the surgery because I was intubated. I had a tube down my throat. Don't want to do that again. But I was semi-conscious, And I remember hallucinating, seeing those black bugs on the wall and seeing them flying outside my window. It freaked me out. I don't ever want to go through that again. And there's this feeling of helplessness. Like I am totally powerless at this point in my life. And you have to depend on people. And I had to depend on the doctors and the nurses to help me get through this, which they did. And as a trans person, you're always, a little suspect. And there was one physical therapist who really, I needed to educate him a little bit. And he kept referring to me as he. And throughout my stay there, even though I corrected him multiple times. And at one point, when I was feeling a little stronger, I just sort of, as we like to say, tore him a new one. But other than that, everybody was wonderful to me. Coming home, I wasn't sure what the future held for me. It's a very scary thing. All I knew was that I wanted to get back to work more than anything else. I love my job. Making people laugh is the greatest job on the planet. And I wasn't sure I'd ever be able to do that again, but I resolved that I would. I would do everything I had to do to get back on stage, which meant doing all the physical therapy and changing my diet and exercise and all the things I hated. But gradually, I started to get stronger and feel better. And I'm on tape today because I'm unfortunately at a funeral for a good comedy friend of mine who passed away from heart disease, who didn't listen to his doctors, who couldn't fix what was wrong with him. And it's just a reminder that we are in charge of our own destiny. Every morning now, when I wake up, I'm surprised. I sit and go, oh, I'm here at this moment. But that thing that weighs on your head constantly, because having come that close to death, I say to myself, is this the day? Am I going to get through this day? Am I going to get through this moment? Am I going to, collapse in the shower? The thing of it is I can't change if that's going to happen. What I can do, though, is make every second of my life count. And that's what I want you to do. Make every second of your life count. Do some good for people. Do some good for yourself. Celebrate Pride. Be who you are. Be more like Amelia back there. Well, don't be like, end up the way she did. But there's a woman who followed her bliss. And that's what I'm telling you to do. Follow your bliss. Because when you're happy up here and up here, all over your body, you're healthier. Okay, so enjoy Pride. Hopefully we'll all be out soon, and next year we can all do this together. And thank you for having me, and I love you, and take care of yourself, and take care of your heart. Bye.
Thank you so much, Julia. I think we're going over to Ben Perkins now.
So happy Pride, everyone. Again, my name is Ben Perkins, and I'm the Vice President of Health Strategies for the Greater Boston market. And I'm also the Outreach and Education Lead for Hearts with Pride. I want to thank Julia for sharing with us her inspiring story. As a founding member of Hearts with Pride, ERG, I've been able to witness our evolution and to do my part in helping to ensure that the voices of the LGBTQ plus communities are heard throughout our organization, whether that's through things like our webinars. In fact, we have 2 coming up this month, one on COVID and another on diabetes, or advocating for our inclusion within the organization and in civil society at large. I think a very wise person once said to me, if you don't count, you don't count. Therefore, I think the core of our work, our labor of love and justice, is to be counted and seen in all aspects of our experiences at AHA and beyond. Equity demands it because our destinies are woven together. The more just a society is, the healthier everyone is. I like to think that that is our bliss. I would be remiss, however, if I didn't acknowledge the enormous challenges facing many of us now, that we all know folks who are struggling to make a living. But we'd like to ask if you can spare something to help out the organization, the AHA, that would be greatly appreciated and wonderful. The funds will go to support our efforts to fund innovative research, advocate for public health, and sharing lifestyle, life-saving resources, as well as outreach to the LGBTQ plus community. So you can give via your phone. You simply text AHA Pride, all one word, to 41444. Again, that's AHA Pride to 41444. And you will immediately receive a text response with a link to where you can give and easily complete your gift. So thanks again on behalf of Hearts with Pride, and happy Pride, and keep dancing. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ben, and thank you so much, Julia, for your inspiring message. Here you can see, or there, the thermometer. We are here today raising gifts for our life-saving mission. It'll be showing throughout the rest of the program. And then again, just to repeat Ben's message, if you want to give, simply text AHA Pride to, and that's all one word, to 41444. And you will get a text back with a link to where you can quickly and easily complete your gift. I think there was going to be, oh, look at, there's people giving gifts right now. Sherry Chang has contributed $25, anonymous, lots of anonymous gifts. People keeping it a secret.
Mother, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to let everybody know we had some generous supporters earlier that, wanted to match $1,000. So we have already doubled what we're doing here and are on our way. So thank you to those generous donors for helping us get an early start. And so I'm so excited and so grateful for what everybody is doing here right now. This is amazing.
And keep doing it. I want to go past $3,000. That's nothing. There's a lot of people on this call. If all of you
I agree.
If all of you just give $10, we'll already be at almost $4 grand. So get to it.
We've got almost 400 people on here.
Exactly.
We can do this.
Super, super easy. And you do it right on your phone. If you work, oh wait, oh no, we have a video to come. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of the script. There's a lot of things on my screen. I have a giant Bragg command center going on here. We have, you know, even though we are not physically together today, we want to see you. Show us your pride, American Heart Association. So this is the staff.
Hello, this is Gerald, and I'm a proud ally of the LGBT community at the American Heart Association. I am committed to ensuring equitable health and well-being for all.
My name is Kathy Young, and I'm proud to work at the American Heart Association. I'm a vice president in Youth Market. I'm also the president of Hearts with Pride, and I'm an out lesbian. And I'm so grateful that at the Heart Association, we're encouraged to bring our whole self to work.
Hi, I'm Wendy, and I'm proud to be an ally of the LGBTQ community here at the American Heart Association, and that's because I want to fight for equality for everyone.
Hi, my name is Ben Perkins, and I'm the Vice President of Health Strategies for the American Heart Association and a member of the LGBTQ plus community. Work we do is work that is transformative, bringing the LGBTQ plus voice into the conversation for health equity for all.
Hi, I'm Robin, a proud LGBTQIA ally, and proud of the work that we're doing at the American Heart Association to ensure that health equity is a reality.
Hey everybody, I'm Mel, and I am proud to work for the American Heart Association, and I'm queer, I'm out, I'm proud, and working to make sure that all communities, including the LGBT community, attains its highest level of health, because that's critical.
Hi, I'm Roxana, and I am an ally to the LGBTQ community at the American Heart Association because I believe that everybody deserves an equal chance at a healthy and a happy life.
Hola, I'm an openly gay Latino at the American Heart Association, where together we are a relentless force to create a world with longer, healthier lives, including the LGBTQ plus community.
I'm Franklin Fry. As someone who's been an out gay man since the early 80s, I longed for a place to work where not only was I tolerated, but where me and my culture was celebrated. So thank you to the AHA for being so progressive in that area.
Hey, Erica Fung here, wishing everybody a happy Pride. I am really proud of the American Heart Association, that we are an official sponsor of the Equality Act.
I'm proud to be a lesbian at the American Heart Association because we work tirelessly for survivors in the LGBTQ community just like me.
Happy Pride, y'all.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for coming back. If you work for the American Heart Association and you want to join the Hearts with Pride ERG, just email Ruth Mercado and she'll hook you up. Or put it in the chat box and we'll get back to you. Now, on to some fun stuff. We're going to do some trivia. You know, it may not look it under all this makeup, but I'm an old drag queen. So for me, this is just part of my life. But I'm super excited to share some of this trivia with y'all because I know there's a lot of you out there who are much younger than I am. So they're going to show up on the screen. Oh no, you guys are going to vote. I think you get to vote. I don't know. I forget how this works. The screen will show your answers, and then I will tell you the correct answer. So you get to vote on it. Please name which city the Stonewall riots broke out in on June 28th, 1969. Well, that is certainly definitive. We've got, they're across the board, people voting for all kinds of cities. I think we have enough votes now. Can we end the poll? Actually, you guys voted correctly this time. New York City was the home of the Stonewall riots. We had riots here a couple of years before in San Francisco at the Compton Cafeteria, and there were also riots in LA around the same time. So I know Stonewall is the most famous, but there were other riots and lots of other things. Here's trivia question number 2. True or false? LGBTQ plus communities have a higher rates of tobacco use and alcohol abuse. Ooh, we have a very knowledgeable group here today. I'll give you a couple more seconds to vote. And this is, you know, obviously smoking and alcohol are problematic with regard to your heart. We are going to end the poll, and there's our answer. It is true that lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and everyone else communities do have more historically. They were targeted by the alcohol and tobacco industries, and so we often see pride events sponsored by beer companies, by the alcohol companies, by smoking companies. Community activists have raised concern and challenged pride organizers to eliminate or restrict some of these industries involved, but we're still seeing a lot, you know, they're still seeing a lot of that. Okay, number 3, our next trivia question. Which U.S. state was the first one to legalize same-sex marriage? And you see, your choices are New York, California, Wisconsin, and Massachusetts. I live in California, but I grew up in Massachusetts, so there's 2 of my favorites there. I have some friends who live in Madison, and of course I spent a ton of time in New York growing up because that was the center of gay life and partying. Nobody is voting for Wisconsin. Oh, there's one. We must be running out of time. Oh, it was, someone on the side. Louis, it was Hawaii back in the 90s. Yeah, but didn't that get like booted? So they didn't actually have gay marriage, or they did and then they didn't. But here in California, it wasn't legal, but I think they performed some gay marriages. But their answer is Massachusetts. Massachusetts was the first state to legalize gay marriage. So my home state beat California. We were the first ones, I think, to perform gay marriage. Next question. Same-sex marriage, oh no, that's not that one. The LGBT community is less likely to have a primary health care provider. True or false? That would be really sad because that means you're not taking care of your health or your heart. You should all be doing exercise and eating right. I'm so bossy. It turns out, are we close to ending the vote? Yes, that is true. Fears about lack of understanding and discrimination often result in LGBTQ plus individuals not seeking care. Importantly, these fears are all too often grounded in real-life experiences. A study found that 1/3 of transgender individuals had at least one negative experience with healthcare providers. I have had a lot of experience with healthcare providers, and I can honestly say sometimes they are not the most sensitive. Here we go. All right, we have one. I think is this our final question? This is our final question. Oh, they saved the gayest question for last. What gay icon originally recorded the song Over the Rainbow? Was that today's birthday girl, Judy Garland, who would have been 98 today, Barbra Streisand, the gayest icon of all, Cher, or the kids' favorite, Lady Gaga? And by the way, I know Cher and Barbara have both recorded the song. I don't think I've ever heard Lady Gaga's version, but we'll see. It looks like we have a pretty definitive, strong vote here. You do all get to keep your gay cards. Yes, Judy Garland. Judy Garland, Over the Rainbow was a ballad composed by Harold Arlen and with lyrics by Yip Harburg. It was written for the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz, and it was sung by actress Judy Garland, who won a special Oscar, teen Oscar, for her role. Now, if you don't know that, you lose. I'm not going to use that joke. Anyways, well, that is the end of our trivia section of the show. Thank you all for joining. And by the way, if you want to make a contribution, you can just text AHA Pride to 41444. Sorry, my thing says or, but it's actually, it says or, but it means at. So don't get confused. That was super fun. You learn something new every day. I didn't learn anything new because I lived through all that. Now, no Pride Festival would be complete without a cabaret. I mean, gay cabaret, right? Am I right? From the early days of the Weimar Republic in Berlin to the heyday of the piano bars in New York in the 1980s, cabaret has always been a welcoming presence in the gay community. There was a cabaret bar in Boston when I was growing up that I definitely spent a lot of time at. I can't remember quite the name of it right now, but and then here in San Francisco we have Martuni's, which is also a cabaret spot. Anyways, should we check our thermometer while we're waiting? You still have a chance to donate. You can give via our phone. Simply text AHA Pride to 41444. Can you show the thermometer? Oh, we have surpassed. Oh, I'd love to see that. My prediction of at least $10 a person has gotten us where we are. I forget how, I don't see how many people are on the call now, but at one point we did have 380, and I said, everybody needs to give $10. So I'd love that. Thank you all so much for your generosity. But don't stop giving. There's never enough. We still need more. Keep that money going up. I love to see that going up. It all goes to an amazing cause. Anyways, back to the cabaret thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get distracted by all that money. Our next guest is the host of Piano Bar Live, which streams shows live on Facebook every week. He's been a popular member of the New York piano bar and cabaret communities for over 30 years, whether at the piano or center stage. He divides his time between on stage and off, including conducting the Broadway national tours of Avenue Q, Titanic the Musical, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and appearing on stage as Edna in Hairspray and as Mac Baileystock in 3 different companies of Mel Brooks, the producers. Please welcome from his temporary bunker near Atlantic City, Michael McCasey.
Thank you, Mother. Hi, I'm Michael McCasey. I'm happy to be joining you. I am coming to you from a very shishi foo-foo attic in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Don't ask me why, but it's nice. It's shishi and it's foo-foo. I'll explain those terms later, but if you're drinking, please just keep drinking. I'm going to start off with a little song I like to call This One. I remember the days of just keeping time, of hanging around in sleepy towns forever, back roads empty for miles. Well, you can't have a dream and cut it to fit, but when I saw you, I knew we'd go together, like a wink and a smile. Leave your old jalopy by the railroad track. We'll get a hip double dip tip-toppy 2-seat Cadillac, so you can rev her up, but don't go slow. It's only green lights and all rights. Let's go together, like a wink and a smile. Dance break. We'd go together like a wink and a smile. Give me a wink and a smile. Now my heart hears music, such a simple song. Sing it again, the notes never end. This is where I belong. Just the sound of your voice, the light in your eyes, so far away from yesterday, together like a wink and a smile. go together like a wink and a smile. Shaka Khan! Ta-da! All right, most of you probably don't know who the hell I am, but I always end with Shaka Khan or Cha-Cha-Cha. Somehow, Shaka Khan I've discovered is my spirit animal. I host a show based out of New York City called Piano Bar Live that goes live streams on Facebook, YouTube, and now BroadwayOnDemand.com every Tuesday night. We started this back in August before anyone was quarantined, and we would film in a piano bar in New York City, most of the time Brandy's on the Upper East Side, and each week we'd have guests and we would just broadcast and let people know if they couldn't get to the city and hang out in the piano bars what it was like. So little did we know that come in March the entire world would be live streaming on Facebook and everywhere else. So we all just find ways to keep moving. So I'm happy to be here doing this. In addition to Piano Bar Live, I also host my own solo show on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern called Open Mac. I'm Mac. I used to say open mic, I'm Mike. It's not that, well, you get it. Anyway, in the meantime, I would like to do a little song for you about a lot of famous people. Well, I've seen and done it all. I've learned all there is to learn. And yet there's something nagging at my mind. What little there is left of it. One day very soon, I know the tide will turn. And the answer to these questions I will find. Why is Bobby short? What made Alice Faye? Who did Bud court and is Faye done away? Is Shelley long or short? Was John Gielgud all day? When was Doris Day in court? And what did Ernest Hemingway? Is Glenn Close? Was Jamie Farr? Did Danielle steal your thunder? Can Tommy tune his own guitar? And what did Stevie Wonder? Is Monsieur Lautrec too loose? Did Thomas cook some chow? Who did Mother Goose? And is Helen ready now? Is Linda Gray? Is Karen Black? Why did Patricia kneel? Who gave Roberta flack? And did Norman Vincent Peale? Ugh. Does Claire bloom in the fall? Is Tony newlywed? Who did Lucille Ball? And who gave Edith? What did Mackesy? Is Charlie rich or poor? Who did Bob Goulet? And who gave Mary Tyler Moore? Who gave Mary Tyler Moore? Shaka Khan. Thank you all for having me. I want to do one last song that I was not asked to do, so you know, times being what they are, this song is written by a friend of mine by the name of Mr. David Friedman, and I think we all need it right now. So many things we can't control. So many hurts that happen every day. So many heartaches that pierce the soul. So much pain pain that won't ever go away. How do we make it better? How do we make it through? What can we do when there's nothing we can do? We can be kind. We can take care of each other. We can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing. And maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. And it's not enough to talk about it, not enough to sing a song. We must walk the walk about it. You and I, do or die. We've got to try to get along. We can be kind. We can take care of each other. We can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing. And maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. And maybe we'll find true peace of mind if we always remember we can be kind. I hope you all stay safe. Thank you very much for having me. Back to you, Mother.
Thank you so much, Michael. I was on mute. And I feel like you could have worked my name into that name song. I'm just saying. There's a couple of things that rhyme with Mother Chaka. That was so great. Can we check the thermometer? We're getting close to the end. I know we're a little bit over. We're winding down. Is there a way to show the thermometer where we are? Oh, there we are. Oh, so excited. Oh my God, $4,165. We are so close to $5,000. Well, not really, but if you keep giving, we could get there. I'm gonna drag it out just a little bit more. You can text AHA Pride, AHAPRIDE, one word to 41444. And you'll be able to contribute to the American Heart Association. They'll send you a quick reply. We see people, Benjamin Perkins, Katie Singer, still Laura Western, still contributing. And you can be part of the continued efforts through your support today at a time when the work at the American Heart Association, it matters more than ever. I mean, you know, we're all stuck at home. People are not moving as much as they should be. I talk about this all the time in all my other arenas of being out there, that, you know, we are not moving any millionth as much as we do when we leave the house, and it's not good for our hearts. So keep exercising, keep yourself moving. Don't forget to jump up and down every day, and please support the American Heart Association. AHA Pride, 41444, text it to them. If you enjoyed this program and, you know, all the stuff that these guys did. To lead us out, let's hear from the AHA CEO one more time, Nancy Brown.
Did you know that lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender adults are more likely than heterosexuals to have poor heart health? Stress, smoking, and substance abuse are the culprits. Reversing that trend is a rallying point for our Hearts with Pride employee resource group. Hi, I'm Nancy Brown, Chief Executive Officer of the American Heart Association. It's Pride Month, and we're making heart health part of the national conversation. We do this by publishing research, promoting education, and supporting health policies that equalize access to quality care in LGBTQ+ communities. From writing to Congress to training people on hands-only CPR at Pride events, we're front and center in building healthy communities. Won't you join us? Visit heart.org, click on Find Your Local Office, and help fight heart disease and stroke today.
And I think that we are done. Am I correct? Thank you all for your support. It has been an amazing event. Thanks to all the organizers, Kathy Young, Ruth Mercado, all the people who helped put this together. I hope you all have a wonderful Pride and a happy Pride Month. You can catch me, you can find me on Twitter and Facebook and all those places as Mother Chukka if you want to follow my shenanigans and trials and tribulations. And please keep your support for the American Heart Association. They are an amazing group. They do great work, and we need them.
Mother, thank you so much. Mwah. Big love to you for everything, and to everybody on today's call that showed your support. We can't thank you enough. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you.
On the night